What is going on, RotoGrinders? Welcome to Card Stock After Lock. Ironically, before lock today. Basketball locks at 9 o'clock tonight. Of course, RotoGrinders, we specialize in the role of daily fantasy sports, but we do have the Card Stock After Lock show every Tuesday night. Typically, we talk about the physical sports cards, as Will was talking about a pre-show. What's up, Will? We're going to talk about our special guest in just a second. Tambo not with us. He'll be back with us next week. Will, we're talking about – we've seen people talk about this about Twitter – the last week or so. At least that's where I've kind of picked up on it as far as Top Shot. Sharp guys like Jonathan Bales and Jennings and Levitan are buying John Morant Top Shots for like $35K, and apparently it's already like tripled or something like that as far as the asking price. Will, this is well out of my space. I cannot wait to talk to we're going to bring LG Doucet on just a second, host the First Mint podcast. He's going to answer all our questions as far as what's going on there as far as Top Shot. But Will, what's your experience with Top Shot? And I'm thrilled you put this together, and I'm really curious to learn because I'm intrigued, and I'm trying not to be the old man in the room, but I need this explained to be like I'm 5.
Good reference to The Office, D. That's my favorite show of all time, followed by a few others. First of all, let's get this out of the way. If you're getting Levitan to talk about anything outside of Jerry, you've done something spectacular, okay? If you don't know who Jerry is, just go check Levitan out. At any rate, I'm really excited about this today in terms of getting into the digital space of cards. And in fact, this is even a card. Let's talk about moments, right? And we're kind of going to break this thing down. Going to bring in our guy, LG, running the First Mint podcast. Obviously, this show, is possible today. Got to give a shout out to my guy, Jeff Wilson, obviously a sports card investor. He helps us out a lot on the physical card space. Obviously, if you want to invest in physical cards, please, you need to get over to sportscardinvestor.com. Promo code GRINDERS. That'll get you 20% off your first payment. That's first payment for the month or first payment for the year. I always recommend going for the year, get it out of the way, get that 20% off, and then you can rock out with your socks out for the rest of the time. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, proud presenter of the First Mint podcast, LG Doucet. LG, how are you doing, my friend?
Word up. I'm good, man. How you guys doing today?
Good. Hanging out.
Fancy. I bought 5 packs, and I don't know what to do. And I don't know if I can open them, and I got to do the show now, and I don't know what I'm opening.
That was going to be my first question was going to be, how many times did you refresh the Top Shot page today? Because for me, it's at least 200.
Yeah.
It's probably just the last hour.
Yeah, man. I can only imagine. I've been trying to buy packs all day, and Dean has bought 10 packs. And so this is terrible. A guy that's not a real investor yet, and he's got 10 and I've got none. It's awful. LG, send me some packs. I will pay.
Yeah. Hey, check the marketplace. My cards will be up for sale if you're interested. You give me a nice price, and we're good to go.
That's right. Well, Will, if you just hold out for the end, man, maybe you'll be the lucky winner of the pack that I open. Maybe it'll be a nice LaMelo, right? Or a limited KD.
Well, did you know that I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan?
Oh, no, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
well, that makes a lot of sense. They got some Haywards. They've got Haywards in here too, man. There's some new Hayward moments. Very nice.
Getting excited.
That's nice stuff.
I know how it is as a traditional collector where we're used to, listen, man, I've got a stack of cards. We're used to getting these things in our hand. This is a stack I'm going to send off to get graded, obviously. And, another stack here that I got to send off to get graded. But we're used to having these physical cards in our hands, right? And I think, Star Stock was kind of and ComC and a couple other ones were kind of saying, hey, let's get away from that. Let's find a fluid way to make sure, the investor or the hobbyist, in a sense, can kind of get in and have a market to actually move these things around. Mm-hmm. And so I think, that's kind of the similarities. My next question is, in terms of, you've kind of told us how to build a portfolio. and a lot of the concepts that we have in terms of collecting are going to transfer over, right? What's kind of your long-term view of Top Shot? And obviously I feel like I know, because you're not going to put your money in something that you don't think is going to stand, but just from an evolution standpoint, where do you kind of think it goes? You know, what's kind of, do you have a comparative, like, you know, how close is it going to be to something like crypto? How close is it going to be to something like, it is crypto, but something like Bitcoin? Like, what's kind of your thought process as we move through the evolution of this thing?
Totally. Yeah, it's a great question. So, well, I'll talk about what I do know about what the Top Shot team is doing, at least what's rumored. And then I'll talk about what I really love about it in terms of its true value to me. So one, there is a game that's being developed. There's very little information about it, but it's called Hard Court. And it's going to be a game, some kind of basketball game, where you can use your moments in the game. I don't know what kind of rewards you get from the game. I don't know. There's no details there, but basically, like, the idea would be that if you have like a hollow or, you know, great legendary card or a rare card or like a great LeBron dunk or something like that, it's going to have utility in this game somehow. So there's a point where all this is going to be gamified into something. So there will be more of a differentiator in value between, you know, what's the difference between like a Devin Booker and a Chris Paul? There'll be more of a differentiator in value in the ecosystem based on how those moments can perform in this game called Hard Court. So that's one thing that's coming up. What I love in terms of the value. Oh, sorry. Another thing that's coming up too is there's so many more sets and editions coming, right? Like the stuff you see here, this is all stuff from Series 1. There's only been 2 new sets for this year. I'm sure there's plenty more planned. And if you think yourself, like, what are the possibilities with sets? And this kind of ties into the long-term values. Like, what are the possibilities with sets for Top Shot, right? You see in here, there's run it back, there's throwdowns, there's big jams, there's with the strip, which is like a steal. You can even imagine yourself what else the Top Shot team might be cooking up, right? Like, let's think like playoff buzzer beaters of the ages. That could be a set. Let's think like the MJ collection. That could be a set, or just all Hall of Famers collection. You could have like funny reaction moments. I'm chatting with some guys sometimes in the Discord about like,
oh, man,
one of the best reaction moments.
That's
it. One of the best reaction moments is, you know, again, Raptors fan, the Vince Carter dunk contest is you can picture your head, Shaq with the video camera. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know? You see it in your head, right? Yeah. It's like that could be a moment, right? Like there's such a wide, you know, the NBA has so much
Carlos Boozer when he hit the referee in the nuts when he celebrated and won. That's what I want. You
could have anything that's ever happened in the NBA could be a moment, right? So
don't give it away. Don't give them ideas. I'm thinking about
I'm here all day, man.
A Shaq and a Fool collection. Oh man!
If they take the idea and they airdrop me the #1, I'm good. That's fine. That will not happen. No, but so you could think about like it's a way to tokenize and gamify parts of the NBA that's never been done to you. Because right now in DFS, you pick players for the night and you have a hunch that so-and-so is going to go off. Great. But there's no way for you to decide the long-term value of something. So like, I'll give you an example again, in terms of a change in my portfolio that I made the other day during this big surge. I have a LeBron James conference semifinals moment, 1 of 275. It's a big dunk from LeBron during the conference semis against Houston. And that one, you know, was up to like, I don't know, it was going up to like 1,400, 1,500, 1,800. I got it in a pack for $24 way back. And it's just grown in value. LeBron stuff just blows up. I took that and I was like, you know what? I want to keep LeBron in my portfolio, but LeBron is going to have many more, you know, playoff moments in Top Shot, right? He's going to make the playoffs this year, next year, like who knows how many more. So he's going to have so much more playoff stuff, but he's only going to have one Kobe dunk. That's only going to happen once. So I sold the semifinals one and got the Kobe dunk one, even though that's one of 1,000. There's 1,000 other ones out there. It's less rare than the semifinals one. But to me, I was like, this to me has the emotional impact. So that's what I mean in terms of where it's a little bit different in the card market, is like, there's so much diversity, even just in one player. Beyond rookie card and gold card and hollow card, there's so much more than that. There's actual value in what they're doing in the moment. So in terms of the long term, that's what I see, like, as a basketball fan, is like, this is amplifying my experience. And even like, it's just in terms of what you can do, like you can, and I'm sure you can do this in the card market as well with Star Stock and stuff, but it's like, as you're watching a game, like Steph's 62-point game a couple weeks back. As I was watching that game at the half, he had like 30 or 35. I turned to my wife and I'm just like, okay, he's about to explode. Like, we haven't seen Steph in like real Steph in like a year and a half. It's like, this guy's about to go off. You can see it in his eyes at halftime. Like, he's ready. So I went on Topshot, noticed one or two of his cards had just been bought by a few other collectors. And I bought like 2 or 3 at like $18. And then by the end of the night, he had 62. The next morning, it was at like 35 or 40. And it was like, I was able to capitalize on my own hunch. So the same way you could play DFS, you could play like, halftime DFS or fourth quarter DFS or whatever, or you can do that. But this is like more of a long-term commitment, right? Without even losing my money if I'm wrong, because then I could just sell it. If it doesn't go up, now I could just sell it back for almost the same price, right? So that's where I love that, we're just at the start. There's so many possibilities in Topshot. And I know you're still thinking about like the Shackton Fool set and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I mean is like every NBA fan here can have their favorite moment immortalized in some way, in a way that they can own, and actually it's given value. And I think that's what's just so cool about this.
Well, any concern you're talking about more sets coming, and like in the sports cards, they basically flooded the market and killed the market in the 90s because there's so much stuff produced. So what is the concern? What's the push pull on that? How many sets is too many sets?
It's a great question. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they found that balance yet, to be honest with you. Right. Because even like I was saying, November, the cyclical, it was like, man, you know what? I think there's too much stuff. They put out Lace 'em Up as a legendary set. They put that out in November. And it was like, man, I got one of those decks or packs. I got it for $230 and I pulled a Brooks Lopez and I couldn't even sell him for like $120. And I was like, oh man, like we got too many legendaries now. But now Brooks, he goes for like $1,500. So I think we just hadn't hit that, critical mass yet. And I think what the Dapper team is keeping an eye out on right now is, obviously right now there's a lot of demand, but there will be a point where we have like a fine line between how much is too much and how much is too little. I think what's great being a digital aspect is that they can slowly print more as they go and just release them the next day. So they can really kind of micromanage that. And as soon as there's a set that they realize like, you know what, maybe we don't need 9,000 of these or 20,000 of these, then they won't do it again. The next set doesn't have to be 20,000. They could just bring it back down to 5 and keep that scarcity. So I think being digital, there's a way to really micromanage that demand. And that's kind of the beauty of keeping it this way.
I got you, man. I guess I've got another question, which is kind of the other side of the coin, because traditional collectors like myself, not that I feel this way, but I feel like a lot of the physical card space or physical collecting space, we're like, this is dumb. Why am I spending money, as you said, on something I can watch on YouTube? I don't get it. I'm not saying I don't understand it. I'm saying, listen, I'm speaking on behalf of the physical people. Like, this is stupid, Luke. Convince me that I need to get involved in Topshot.
It's new because it's scary. So it's scary is basically the concept.
Absolutely, man. Everything new is going to be scary. And even I had those feelings too, man. And I got hooked just by the marketplace is what brought me in. And I know on Twitter, especially, Darren Ravel was talking about it last week, and in the comments, people were like, oh, that's, it's really stupid. I'll never do it. And my only response was like, well, you know what? Give it a shot. If you got $20, go in there, buy a couple moments, try and sell them, whatever. Like, just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose doing that, right? Other $20, but there's nothing wrong with trying something out that's hype and seeing what it's like. And in terms of, where's the value, man? There's so many things like that. Honestly, like, where would you start? Like cards are a good example. Any other collectible market, it's like, man, like, what's the value in comic books? Like, comic books are great. I can go get a not number 1 or not gold edition of that comic book for $2 and read it again, or just read it online or something like that. Every other form of kind of like collectible has been assigned value for some reason. Something that's maybe made by an artist, you can understand why that has been given more value. But again, why is it that when, I don't know, this is a really deep analogy, so you guys might tear me apart in the comments for this, but it's like, man, like, some artists like Picasso, it's like when he was alive, people didn't care. And then he died, and people were like, "Oh man, I need these paintings for $20 million, right?" And it's like that's just how it works. People assign value to stuff that they think matters, and if enough people think it matters, then it does. Honestly, right? And the same with the cards. I mean, the easy argument with the cards is like, well, it's a piece of cardboard, right? So there's no gold in there, right? There's no actual like valuable metal put in there. So I mean, it's not for everybody though. I will say
you can hold it and you can touch it though. It's like, yeah,
well, totally. But Star Stock, you don't. Right?
Yeah,
like Star Stock, you never hold it. So what's the difference? If you never touch them with Star Stock, then why not just have it be a highlight? What's the actual difference, right? If
Well, let
it's
me say
never in
this.
your hands.
You can get the cards from Star Stock shipped if you need them. Now I don't, obviously.
Okay.
I don't. But here's my I guess encouragement to everyone that may be a little bit on the fence, right? And so if you know, most people know that I've got a financial advisor background, right? And so a lot of times I'd have parents and they'd say, hey, I'm going to bring my kid on this appointment because, I just want you to talk to them. Maybe the kid's 10, 11, 12, so they can understand a little bit about economics, right? And the fact that, hey, they've got allowance money, they need to save it, they need to invest it. If you want this game, you get $20 a week. Well, you can't spend the $20 every week if you want the game at the end of the month. And one of the things I would always tell clients when they had their kids and they're saying, I want you to talk to them about investing and the impacts of it because they're not going to listen to me. One of the things, and this is true story, I said, hey, man, what kind of shoes do you have on? Oh, got on some Nikes. I said, great. You just gave Nike, $90. Your parents gave them $90, and you can take that $90 today. And every time you want a pair of shoes, instead of buying them, go and invest in the company. Now, obviously, you've got to wear shoes, right? I'm not saying that. But the point is to put the money where it can actually increase in value, right? Yes. Here's what I'm saying. I love NBA. I used to live in Charlotte, and I would go to Charlotte Hornets games religiously. Courtside, lower level, so many different things I would do. And I'd spend that money. I'd take my wife and we'd spend the money and we'd have a great time, food, enjoy the game. But when I left that game, the Hornets had my $250, $300, $1,000, right? And I wasn't going to get that money back. And I think so. If you're on the fence, let's look at it this way. Maybe the market does crash. Maybe you lose, whatever. But if I take my $250 that I was going to go to that game and watch LaMelo, and I buy a LaMelo moment, next year I might be able to go to 50 games, 1,000 games, whatever. And so that's kind of the way I've been thinking about it. I'm just taking it back to my roots. How do I invest and get the maximum potential? That's what I have to, we've got to change our minds. COVID's helped change our minds. The digital spaces helped change our minds. When I was a kid, I didn't have a tablet. I didn't have a cell phone. But guess what? The technology's here, and now I'm dependent on it for everyday life, for everyday use. And so I don't think you said something really important earlier, and I know I'm getting a little long-winded, but you said this is an addition to the space. Like, we're not trying to replace the card space. We're enhancing it. This is something else added that can help keep the community going, help build the community. So I thought that was really, really something I wanted to share, just in terms of the show. We are going to start taking questions, Dean, and then if you want to start getting your screen share, Luke, by all means, because you've got some stuff I think you want to hook the people up with. We didn't talk about it earlier. Luke wants to do some form of a giveaway. You got to go on Twitter and follow my man at LG Doucet. That's what you have to do. You want to get the first mint.
I also made a separate account where I crank out stats. So if you just want to see how much the moments are going up in value, what the sales are last 24 hours, any of that kind of stuff, you can follow the first mint on Twitter as well. And if you're curious, I'm just gonna plug for 10 seconds here. On YouTube, the first mint as well, I put together a little tutorial series where there's like 3 videos, like 10 minutes each, that just kind of take you through one little bit at a time of Top Shot, so you can kind of see the experience, learn a little bit before you get into it. So go check that out.
I do have my eye on the chat. They're trying to broker trades. We got a bunch of RG guys in the chat. RG guys, everybody's in the chat. Feel free to like and subscribe, turn on notifications. We do appreciate that. I guess you can trade. I wasn't aware of this, LG. I guess. Is that
of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can trade or you can gift to people. So a few pals I've brought on the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of just getting them started. They go in my pack, and then I gift them a couple moments just to be like, hey, here's a little Jimmy Butler or whatever to get going. You can do that. And the other way, what else that facilitates is completing sets and completing your challenge. So what I was saying about the Luka challenge is coming up once Cool Cats is out. Cool Cats is the new set. Basically, what you have to do is collect all 5 moments of Cool Cats. Or actually, there's 10 moments now. You have to collect all 10. Once you do, you have to hold them in your account for like 7 days. And when the timer expires, it means your account is qualified to win one of these Luka moments. The thing is that you might buy a bunch of Cool Cat packs and you might get 3 Devin Bookers. And what you actually need is a Tobias Harris, right? So what you can do is you can go in Discord, where most of the community lives, and you can go in there and you can find other people and you can just say like, hey man, I got like 3 Devin Bookers. I'm looking for a Tobias Harris or Rui or something like that. Like you can just kind of trade like that and then just, mutually agree to trade it. You can also ask one of the Top Shot moderators to be your arbitrator in between or your go-between, so that you kind of both send at the same time and they send it back. So that's a little bit safer because obviously a lot of new users in Discord. So, on the internet, you never know who's on the other end. So you can trade, you can gift, and it just keeps it fluid and makes it, kind of easier for everybody that way.
And that leads to another question, by the way. Somebody says, is it hacker proof? Like, how is it like, I don't know if that's a term, hacker proof. Is it 100% guarantee? But what sort of guarantee do we have that, like, nobody's going to come and swipe my my moments?
That's a great question. I mean, that's a good way to put this. There's been a few instances during pack drops where I'll talk about 2 things. I'll answer the hacker thing first, but I'll tell you probably what I've seen as the biggest kind of danger or problem in Top Shot so far in terms of like an external threat. During some of the pack drops in the fall, there were some accusations of bots, mainly because the packs would sell out instantly, which obviously happens to a lot of stuff. And there was also like a secret group that were trying to like hit people up on Discord and be like, hey man, we're going to get all these packs like where nobody else can. And like, we'll sell them to you for 8 times the price. So there's already been a lot of kind of like the scam. Are there bots? Is it like kind of like when you buy concert tickets and they're all gone and they're on StubHub for twice the price the next day? There's already been a little bit of that. And as far as I know, the Top Shot team, they haven't revealed too many details, but they've been mainly focusing on taking care of that and trying to manage that. So I don't have more details. In terms of hack proof, man, I am not a developer. Again, like if you fall back into blockchain technology and you look into NFTs, which is what these are, which is a non-fungible token, which again is supposed to be a specific token that only you own and only you can assign to other people. If you look into that and you believe that type of technology is relatively safe, if you think that transferring your Ethereums or your Bitcoins to other people is safe and holding them, then this kind of follows the same principles as that. It'd be very difficult for me to go into the technical because I would just butcher it. And honestly, again, not a dev, I don't fully understand it. But as far as this team goes with the Dapper team, I think they're the best in the biz. If this is going to get hacked, every other crypto project of some fund value is it can get hacked as well. So I trust them. At least so far. This has been a great experience for me. I haven't been hacked. I haven't heard of anybody being hacked, and that's kind of where we're at. So sorry. I wish I could give you a bit more of a safety net on that question, but the reality is that any new product that's in a beta is bound to break in some way. I don't think it's going to get hacked, but as we've seen the last couple of days, it's been hard for people to get on. Buy packs. They're supposed to be pack drop, didn't happen. That's, new stuff gets broken early, right? And even comparing it to, some of the early days of Facebook, they'd be down for a couple days in a row because of the traffic. Just get slammed with all the videos uploading and stuff. So not comparing this to Facebook, but I think there'll be bumps along the way. And I really hope that none of those bumps is a hack. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Long answers, man. I feel like I got long answers. You guys want to answer like 30 seconds or less?
Well, I've got one for you. One of my guys on Discord, he hit me up. This is coming from Green Tongue Man. That's his screen name, Green Tongue Man. I'm thinking Green Lantern, but at any rate, he said, "Hey man, what if a player changes teams like Victor Oladipo did?
Yeah.
Does that make his moments not worth as much? Like, is his Indiana moment going to be worth more than his Houston moment, or is Houston moment going to be worth more than his OKC moment? Is OKC moment worth more than his Orlando moment? Like, how does that fare if you've seen anything?
Great question, man. You know what? One play that I made in Top Shot that didn't work was before free agency, before the draft. I was like, I put together the list. I was like, who's moving teams? What's going to happen? I'm going to go buy a bunch of their moments and I'll be ready when, Van Vliet signs elsewhere. I'm going to have all his Raptors moments. He re-signed. Nothing happened. And and even guys like Gallinari and stuff, I had his moments. Now, even he moved teams. They didn't move. They didn't go for less, but they didn't go for more. And even Harden, it's like his moments have gone up, but the whole marketplace has in the last couple of days. So it's really hard to say if that was because of the trade or not. And he's kind of, a very top tier player. So, any big thing that happens to him might sell for more. I mean, that's a good question. And I would kind of flip it back onto the person who asked it. Like, in terms of the market, would you go buy a player's moment after they get traded, right? Is that a big deal to you? Yeah, or in the traditional card market, you know, let's say Beal gets traded, is the first thing you do go buy his Wizards card? Or did you already get it just in case? Or is the first thing you do go buy the card of whatever moment or whatever team he's going to next, right? Is that what you do?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you if you think that matters.
It's personal forecasting, man. And that's the way I invest, honestly. I think people have learned that about me by now. Mm-hmm. I'm heavy on actual sports news. Like, it's literally a gold mine if you just kind of sit back and listen to what's happening. And, you know, like, there's tons of news going on right now in the NFL about my boy Deshaun Watson, right? And so now is the time to get in. I'm telling you on the back end, obviously, you know, our guy at RG Cam is already like way ahead of the game. But, you know, and Cam was on, you know, Cam's on Deshaun Watson. I'm on Carson Wentz. He's the guy that nobody's talking about in the news, but he's in the exact same situation now. They fired the coach. Maybe they keep him. But either way, I think this is going to improve his value. So I'm with you, man. I think, you know, when it comes to that, it's personal forecasting. You know, what do you think is going to happen? And if it doesn't, just make sure you're not in so much where you can't, you know, get rid of it if you need to.
Do they have a Carson Wentz moment of him sitting on the bench or throwing interceptions? What's his moment?
Well, they don't have an NFL, you know, bottom shot yet, so maybe they'll hop on it.
I know he's
the only NFL. The only NFL moment I ever want is the butt fumble. You guys remember that? The butt. That's the only thing. What was his name? What was that QB on the Jets?
Sanchez.
Sanchez. That's it. Yeah. Mark Sanchez. That's the only NFL moment I want, man.
You gotta want the Odell Beckham gets hit in the face with the helmet, slamming it into the nets. You got to get that one. I mean, those are the funny moments, though. Those are the funny moments.
I want some fan moments in the NFL, man. Like, there's like a guy who ran on the Packers field once. This huge guy and got tackled. Anyways, there's a lot. See, same thing though. Same thing. If you turn into a digital moment, possibilities are endless. So maybe the NFL will come around someday and get this done, right? I'll give you. Go ahead.
No, we had Dan asking a question in chat, and he was asking these $9 packs. What am I looking for? Can I possibly get a $10,000 pool? Is that possible? And I assume that's based upon rarity. If it's one of one of
so in those current base packs, you can only get common cards. So there's not going to be a legendary in there. There's no like super gold card in there. But again, they have some moments that could be worth a lot. Like, again, probably the highest priced base 2 moment right now that you can get in a pack is the LaMelo one. Probably around between $200 and $300 is worth. If you get a low mint, like if you get anything that's like less than a 500, then that's going to be worth more. You'll be able to sell that for more on the market. So there is some good stuff. This current pack is loaded with stars. Like, you've got LeBron, Ja, Zion, no Luka. He's going to be the challenge reward. You got KD. KD only has 2 moments in this whole thing. Like, LeBron has like 12, but KD only has 2. He didn't play last year, right? So KD, like, a pretty decent buy right now as well in Topshot for the scarcity. He only has 1, or he only has 2 in there. So that's a good one. So yeah,
the Bam block, is that a moment? The Bam Adebayo block in the playoffs? That's got to be a moment, right?
I'll have to check it out after. I don't remember. I know I see some of the Topshot guys in here. Maybe they know. That's such an amazing block, man. And they do have the Tyler Hero like stank face, you know.
I love that.
Lifting his lip. Yeah. They have that, right? So that's
don't talk to Dean. He's from Florida. He
Miami's my team. Yeah,
these guys.
There you go. Yeah, well, you must have been pretty stoked.
Can you confirm in the marketplace? I was told this, like, number 69 of like 500 is more popular than number 70, and like number 420 of 750 is selling for more. Is that a thing?
That's like the Elon Musk mentality, man, where he's like, I want the Tesla stock to be at 420.69, you know? Yeah, maybe those are popular. I will tell you what is popular is anything 23. Anything like literally 1,023, 1,223 for Jordan. And anything that's a jersey match. That's been like a huge value assignment. I don't know how that works in the sports card market, but basically, you know, if you get a Luka and it's number 77 mint, you're in business, buddy, because that is nice. You know, people want that. Yeah. So the number 1s are great. The jersey matches are great. Anything 23, also pretty good. Some other people like weird numbers. I don't know. You know, if you like 8s or 999s or whatever, go get those. But I don't really care about that.
Go play a slot machine or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not for you.
Well, you're going to open up some packs? Is that possible? Is that something we can make work?
Let's crack some wax, some digital wax, my friend.
Yeah, I've got a few queued up here. I don't know if you guys, is my screen being shared?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, has this been ready? Okay, you guys are ready. All right. So usually there's music with this, so you probably can't hear it through. But for those who are new, like know that there's like a nice little soundtrack to this. So are we giving these away? Is that what we're doing? Is somebody going to win what I'm about to open?
I mean, they're yours. Do whatever you want with them.
Listen, they're your packs,
right.
man. We can do it. Let's just do it your way. We're doing First Mint podcast. Luke
First Mint podcast. Okay.
Is about to open some packs, crack some digital wax.
Crack some digital wax. All right, cool. I mean, how do I determine participants? Is people from the chat? Is that what it is? You guys tell me, man. It's your show. I don't want to just
you make the rules, Will.
throw meat in the middle of the room here.
Let's crack this digital wax. That's coming from our producer. We need to turn this into a song. Actually, let's crack the digital wax.
All right.
That's
what I'll do is I'm gonna open 2 packs here. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple packs, and then I'll post something up on Twitter later. I'll post something on like the First Mint Twitter and kind of post what we got, and then do a little retweet or something like that. Somebody can win it. So I'll just do that. So make sure you guys go follow on Twitter. All right, you guys ready? You count me down. Count me down from 3, 2,
1.
There we go. Common base 2. What are we gonna get?
It's gonna be right there.
Come on, baby. Come on. Give us that swirly going around. Let's hope it goes through. I know Top Shot's been slow. Be a big letdown if it doesn't, but I'll do it. I'll do it live later or something if it doesn't go through. Here we go.
What are we gonna get?
All right.
Now, is this the $9 pack?
Yes.
Don't get Dean excited. Right. He bought like $59 packs.
Little Brogdon.
I'm not sure if they went through or not.
Little Brogdon. That's nice. Oh,
yeah, that's a nice one.
Nice little assist. All right. Who else we got? Oh, 329. Nice. This is an awesome moment.
Wiseman.
Yeah. Nice. So not only is that his first game and rookie year, so he's got 2 tags on it. It's a number 329 out of 4,000. So that is a really low mint. Very nice. There we go. Here we go.
What is that worth? Can you off the top of your head, any idea what that's worth these days?
I think that moment goes for like $95 or $100 on the marketplace for like a number 4,000 or 3,000 or something. So I'd say that's probably like an easy like 200 for that one. So that's pretty nice. It's
cost you $9 for these 3.
It's cost me $9. That Wiseman, whoever gets it in the retweet party on the First Mint Twitter is be able to sell it. So let's do the second pack. All right, next one. Countdown. That's pretty good. The Wiseman. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Nicer than most of the packs I opened. So that's really nice. What do you guys got a prediction for this one? Who do you want to see in this one?
I want to see Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah. Lakers. His first Lakers moment. Yeah.
Let's go.
Will?
You know what? Let's go John Wall. I think I'd like to see a John Wall.
Also only has one moment. So yeah, this year. He didn't play the last 2 years, right?
I know.
All right. Let's see.
Wall.
Oh, you get some Miami. Ooh, there you go. That's nice. Precious. Perfect. Another rookie. First game, first rookie year. That's perfect.
Nice. He's going to be a thing. I think he looks pretty legit.
Baisley. Cool.
Second year.
I like the fun part is that it shows you also the box score that they lost the game by 28 points.
What do we think of those Heat uniforms, by the way? I think they're a bit much. The Heat court and uniforms.
Oh, Hayward. There you go, Will.
Right. Oh man, you just need to go ahead and gift me this one. That's not worth anything. I'm just kidding.
It's like $140 million for Gordon Hayward.
Oh my! All right. Well, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, there we got a Wiseman, man.
Yeah. That's right. There's all my stats and stuff. Yeah, so
you're gonna
that's
make
pretty
sense.
nice.
I'm looking forward to opening up my packs as well.
Totally, yeah. So, and the other great feature in here is like the real world of cards too. You can hold packs. You can buy them and then just sit on them forever. So, which is nice, right? Because I know a lot of
same thing in the real card world. Yeah,
exactly, right. So you can tease people, be like, buy this pack. I got it for $10, but I'll sell it to you for $100. It might have a big time LeBron in it or whatever. So it has that aspect, which is fun. Soon they're going to have a marketplace for the packs as well, where you're able to resell them. I don't know when that feature's coming, but it is coming. You'll be able to gift packs to other people as well. So that will come.
Outstanding.
You could sell unopened packs, you said?
Yeah, soon. Not yet, but you will be able to. Yeah,
that question just popped up in chat as you were saying that. So
I saw it. Yeah, so that will come. That will come eventually. Yeah, hopefully soon.
Yeah, man, that's outstanding. Well, listen, I'm having a ton of fun. Can't forget our guys that look out for us over at sportscardinvestor.com. You know, we love Jeff. Jeff, come hang out with us. Sportscardinvestor.com. Promo code Grinders. 20% off the first payment. Get over there. You're in the hobby. You need the tools. We brought the man on, Luke, today. He is the NBA Topshot tool right now. And I mean that figuratively, not literally. But Luke's in the building. Dean, back over to you, my friend.
Luke, just throw a dart before we get out of here. Where is this space like 5 years from now? I know it's impossible to say.
Specifically Topshot?
Yeah.
I think it's found its proper product market fit with the right amount of audience. Right now we're looking at collectors, all that kind of stuff. And I think the general like NBA basketball market will slowly descend on this, especially once there's a game. It's gonna make it a lot more fun as well. And I think once you have other major leagues start adopting a similar format, the possibilities kind of really open up. And in 5 years, I think the possibilities for what you can do with these moments will slowly outpace what you can do with cards. And I know a lot of you guys really believe in cards. Like I said, it's an addition to the ecosystem, but it's set up in a way that can move faster and more fluid and evolve. This is one of the first iterations of a really cool thing you can do with the blockchain. As blockchain grows, where's it going to be at in 5 years? I don't know, but it's definitely going to change a few industries, if not already. So I think it's just nice for me to, and anybody else getting in, it's like, why not ride that wave? Why not take up a product that's in blockchain so you can at least be exposed to it a little bit and learn as it changes? I think that's the other advantage. It's like a bit of free education.
Either. Like people are like, oh yeah, you can play both. You can have both. It's fine.
And a lot of people do, man. A lot of people do. You can do both. Spend $20
black and white. It's not black and white. We can be in it all. We need to just go ahead and get the rights to some of this stuff. The MLB Moonshot. I think that's going to be good. That's kind of where I'm at. I think it's going to be outstanding. Let's get it in. Dean, close us out. Take us home. Luke, listen, thanks again for coming on with us, man. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we can get you back again. Check Luke out. First Mint Podcast. Follow him on Twitter at LG Doucet. Got to get on if you want the nuggets, if you want the info, if you want the digital crypto kitty space, you got to go see Luke. Dean, take us home.
Yeah, this was fun. I learned a lot. Thanks for joining us there, LG. Followed you on the Twitter machine on LG Doucet, and the other one as well as far as the First Mint Podcast. Right. Looking forward to seeing where this goes. I'm looking forward to opening my 5 packs. Maybe I'll tell people on Twitter if I hit something big.
Have fun with it, man.
Hopefully we pull something good. I have no idea what I purchased, but that's part of the fun, right? I suppose. Yeah. Sure, why not? We are going to be back next week. I presume, talking sports cards. Yes. We talk all things in this world. Of course, Will puts this show on. Tam will be back as well. I may or may not be back. I presume I will be.
You will be back next week, Dean. Yes.
There you go. Thank you guys for watching us on YouTube. Appreciate you guys making it interactive. Try to pull as many questions there as possible. Do subscribe, do turn on notifications. And hey, if you guys are playing NBA DFS tonight, you got about 2 hours until lock. Good times at that as well. Looking forward to tonight's 2-game slate. With that, we do appreciate Luke for joining us. Will, appreciate you for coming on as well. And thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. This was Card Stock After Lock, despite the fact it was before lock tonight. We're RotoGrinders. Thank you for watching. We're out of here. Holler.